Hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing fantastic. I hope you are all as well. As if you don't know me, I'm Zane Havoc. For those of you that do, welcome back and welcome. I hope that y'all had a great weekend. I will be talking about my weekend today, which is fun. Super excited for this. We've got a little surprise to go over later today, but for now, I think what I want to do is just give everyone a minute to settle in, get everyone here who wants to be here, and then my plan is to structure this as to go over exactly what went down in the calling, what led up to me getting to the calling, as there was a lot going on, talk about everyone that made a difference in every small way that did, and then at the end of the stream, or we'll decide if it's the end of the stream, if I want to get off the stream, if I'm exhausted, sure enough, we will go ahead and get off at that point. But for now, the goal is just to have a good time and talk about the calling, which it was a crazy time. I did way better than I thought I would, but we're not going to jump the gun here. We're going to just we're just going to take things slowly for a second. I'm going to get everything set up. It is Monday, but hey, Chase! How's it going, buddy? Yeah, so, funny story. Zippy! Hey! How's it going? Wow, so many people are showing up. I feel so proud. I mean, I know a lot of you I saw over the weekend, which was so much fun getting to see all of these people that I've known for a while and have just met. And, you know, it's so good, man. Thanks, guys. Yeah, no, the run was great. We will totally be talking about that in a minute. I do just want to say this one really quick anecdote. This is hilarious. I bought this bottle almost a year ago. I decided that I would open this bottle if one of two things happened. First was the one that I thought was most likely, which would be I would have hit 500 subscribers. And the second one was that I would win a PTI from a ProQuest. So I have done neither of those. Yet I feel coming in the top 8 of a calling is a good enough reason to open this bottle. I am incredibly proud of myself. I am very thankful for everyone here. I'm going to go ahead and try to figure out how to open this. And we are going to have some of this while we talk about the weekend. So, just evidence. There we go. You know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that somewhere is right here, right now. So, it is a Monday, so it's just the one. It's just the one. And then when I hit those other milestones, thanks, man. When I hit those other milestones, I will have another, but this is just for those milestones and for those moments as a big bourbon guy. So, and in case you're wondering, that is really good, but that's not what I was saying. The ice cube that I have in here is a skull to represent what I did. And what I did was...
Then I'ma stab it! Ha ha!
That was the theme of this week. So, we are going to go ahead and get into this. And we're going to have a great time. Please ask us many questions. I am here for story time. I'm here to talk to you guys as much as I am here to share my adventure. And yes, in case you are all wondering, it is right here. Third place, everyone. Third place, Legend Story Studio, calling gold foil. I am very hilariously first gold foil I've ever had. First and foremost, just the first gold foil I've ever gotten. First Pro Tour invitation I've ever gotten, whether through a PQ or a calling or any other event. And my first calling ever. So, like, you know, I feel like I hit all sevens. This was insane. I had no expectations. We'll get into this and what everything happened. I need y'all to let me know. I'm pretty sure I got all set up anything. If audio is weird, first and foremost, I'm using the microphone that normally when I do my lore videos, I speak into it like this. I've boosted it, so please let me know if it's good. If it's too far, I will get close. Yes, you too, Zippy. We were so happy to be there with you all as well, share dinner. So we're going to go right into story time. And I really hope this pulls up correctly. It does! Yay! Okay, so here we are. I made a little PowerPoint presentation. Okay, cool, perfect. I'll turn down the music. There we go. I put the music. I mostly want the music to just be in the background. So thank you very much for calling that out. Here's a PowerPoint presentation that I spent the last hour and a half putting together. It is going to be haphazard. It's going to be fun. As they say in High School Musical, we're all in this together. And it's going to be very true. We'll get to that at the end. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a little brief conversation. Actually, I'm going to move my OBS over here so that way I can make sure everything looks... Oh! Hold on. Whoa. We're already way too far ahead. Okay. Jumping the gun a little bit too much here. So, welcome to my presentation class about the calling Memphis of 2026. This was my first calling ever. For those of you that know me, I normally do not like to travel outside of the Georgia area. Very rarely do I travel outside of like a 40 or 50 mile radius of the Atlanta area. Traveling's a lot. When you have a dog, Kai, what are you doing? Come here. You're going to be on stream. No. Okay, he just ran away from me because he knows he doesn't like to be picked up. So when you have a dog and my wife and just trying to schedule, everything all together, get everything organized and get us moving to where we want to go. But thankfully, we knew that we wanted to do the Memphis calling. I knew I wanted to do the Memphis calling. She knew that she really wanted to go to Memphis. And we just thought, hey, let's schedule some time, get some stuff done. We'll take off Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So I didn't work today because since it was my first calling, I didn't know how late they go on Sundays. Skelly is currently back in the basement. Skelly only comes back out for Halloween, Mitch. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But I'm glad you remember him. I'll bring him up next time and we'll have a Skelly summer soon. I promise. We'll go back into the old gravy and we'll do some gravy games with Skelly piloting. So we've got everything in order. Yeah, I'm so happy I made that call. Like I was saying, I've never done calling before. I didn't know if I'd be there until 3 in the afternoon. I didn't know if I'd be there until 7 in the evening. If I was in there until 7 at the evening, it was a 6-hour drive where we gain an hour going back. So I wouldn't be back home until 2, maybe 3 a.m. if I was there the whole time. So it was a very good trip. We did not stay at the suggested hotel, but we'll get to that because just last minute decision, had to organize a bunch of things, and we found a good hotel half a mile away. Very beautiful. I'll talk about that, and I would definitely, if you can get the whole hotel block, I would say stay there because it's a quick hop, skipping away from the convention center. But if you can't, this place is a good secondary, I will say. Very, very nice, very niche, very small, very, very cool. Yeah, I don't know how I beat y'all. Yeah, that is crazy. Okay. So, my story doesn't begin on Thursday. My story begins on Wednesday. You may be a little confused about this picture, and this almost made me not go to the calling. We had awful windstorms across Georgia for the last week before leading up to the calling. And you can see this chicken wire gate. This is my backyard. This is the gate that my dog runs around in. A bunch of trees and dead branches fell on parts of my gate and crushed them open. I thought I had repaired all of them. Wednesday evening around... Thanks, Z. Thanks. Wednesday evening around 11:30 p.m. at night, my dog was let out to use the bathroom, and back there in that back left corner was a wide open gap. My dog is a black lab. You can see him right there. It was 11:30 at night. Dead at night. He doesn't have any lights on. We're usually very careful about this. Just broke out and sprinted away. He was not responding to retrieves. He saw something. He thought he saw something, and he just went. I'm very lucky for two things. My backyard is connected to a park, and that park is currently under construction, so there's no bridges to cross a river that's to the left of the house. And I know he doesn't like to go swimming a lot. So, for a black lab, that's funny. So what we did is, after trying to figure out where he went, I decided that I would get in the car, drive around to the entrance of the park, which was about a mile drive, and wait there. My wife got the squeaky toy. We got the squeaky toy. We got the Kai back. He's safe. He's sound, as you can see. Very scary night before night before travel. Thanks, Fabton. Thanks, man. So that had me already very much down, very scared because my neighbor was going to be watching him. She was going to be taking him out, so I asked her very kindly if she could take him out on a leash. When she did, I repaired the fence to the best of my ability the day of. I double checked everything. He was safe and sound. No major other hiccups the entire time. Kai is home. Kai is safe. We love Kai. So started off on a rough patch. Thursday, we decided to do a full trip. Oh, you can't see the. I did not. I did not, Mitch. I did not. I should have though. My dog escaped on Wednesday. It was terrifying. So Thursday, what happened there? Well, we decided we wanted to go a day early. Never been to Memphis. Would be a lot of fun to go see the sights, explore, understand what it's like, get a lay of the land. It was a beautiful, beautiful city. We went to the Bass Pro Shop. That was our big ticket item. We spent Thursday driving up, so like I said, 6.5 hours. Get into the hotel around 4 p.m. Memphis time. Stopped in Birmingham, Alabama. Did a walk around the park near the Civil Rights Museum, and I forget what that street is called. Beautiful, very, very beautiful day. Very emotional to be there. It was very cool. We very, very much liked to see history like that, and it is very cool to go and see that. I also went to a Buc-ee's for the first time, which was interesting, and I'm now a Buc-ee's fan. So we like Buc-ee's. It was cool. They have some good fudge, and I bought a box of the fudge, and that's one of the things that kept me going the entire week. Finally, in the bottom right, you can see a rooftop bar. That was on top of my hotel. The hotel was called the Hugh Hotel. Very, very cool place. I suggest going there if you're ever in Memphis, and it's like half a mile from the convention center. Like I said, we only didn't stay at the convention hotel because it was last minute kind of a trip. But great hotel. We got like a suite for very cheap. So that was amazing. I'm pretty sure something accident. No, it's not even a full American thing, Mitch. It's just a southern gas station essentially, but it's like really weirdly branded. It's like everywhere. And this is the bridge is, by the way, the bridge that crosses over to Arkansas. It lit up at night. You got a great view from the hotel bar. It was awesome. We did go to the hotel bar just to sit up there, have a drink at the end of the night twice, and view the river and just enjoy the atmosphere. Like I said, it was you got to see the Mississippi right there. Like, it was a great view. Okay, so Thursday was really relaxing. Friday, what happened Friday? And I'm realizing that I set this up very poorly, and I'm actually going to go and move one thing really fast. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Always on foreground. Widgets. 1 second, y'all. Okay, mainstream background video capture. And I'm sorry, I'm going to move myself right here because I think that's where I put the least amount of things. Move the background right there as well. And then finally, we are also going to turn off the like and subscribe banner so that way it's not just getting in the way. Perfect. Okay, we are back. Okay, so Friday was the Silver Age event. It was just... I wanted to play in the double... Was it the double points? I think it was the double points Silver Age event. Just have some fun. I don't really remember. I brought Oldham because I had a panic attack on Wednesday for obvious reasons. And after everything, I just had to quickly build the deck. And I built Oldham. And then I forgot all of my AB. I brought one piece of Null Rune. AB1 does not do good when you run into two Kanos. I won round one. I won the mirror match, and it wasn't. What was it? It wasn't the showdown because the showdown was on Sunday. It wasn't the Super Armory? Maybe it was. I won one match, and it was the mirror match. It was very funny. I thought I was going to lose that mirror match, but then Okay, thank you, Steven. Thank you. Yeah. Double tickets to the promo. I thought I was gonna lose that mirror match because he had, I think it was like 7 cards in deck when I had 7 cards in deck and he had 15. But what ended up happening was early on he pitched all of his ice cards that all block for 2, and so I just went sledge for 6, and he goes block with 3 cards in hand. And he did that for 3 turns in a row, not able to send sledge, and I whittled him down. Great guy. I forget his name. We talked a lot, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm really bad at names, which is really funny. Then I ran into a Kano, and breaking AV1 into a Kano matchup does not bode well for you. Wasn't even close. Then I ran into another Kano. And I was just like, hey, I got my promo, you know? I got my my beautiful, beautiful Blanche promo. This art is some of the most gorgeous art I've ever seen. Makes me think of Dark Souls 3 DLC, where you're getting the paint to make the new world for the girl from Slave Knight Gale. Gale? Not Gwel. Maybe barely knew of such a thing. Exactly. That's what it felt like. It felt like I showed up and I was just like, who needs AB? You know, Kano's not a real deck. I can just disrespect Kano. That's fine. So that was a lot of fun. Obviously, I was just having fun. Didn't do very well, but I didn't feel like I needed to do very well. I just needed to have a fun time, and that's what I did. And that's going to be the theme throughout the weekend. So Friday wrapped up. Friday pretty fun. Got my Blanche promo. Went out to dinner with Team Dayton. Represent. Team Dayton is the joke. Well, it's not a joke team. It's my good friends. Dayton, Skylar, Steven, and Zippy were all there as Team Dayton. And I am now officially a member of Team Dayton. So Team Dayton's first outing, we did great. I made us proud. So let's go Team Dayton. We all got dinner. Went to a bar called Huey's down a little bit down Main Street. It was pretty nice, pretty good food. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, that was about it. Went back to the hotel, got a good night's sleep, got ready for the next day. You know, we go on to Saturday. Calling day 1. This is Team Dayton indeed. Calling day 1 was very interesting, being my first calling. I've been to Battle Hardens before, the ones in Atlanta specifically. Usually those Battle Hardens are very focused on like magic things going on in other sections. They were either at like big events, just a really cool experience to go to a Flesh and Blood only calling. Everyone there playing Fab, everyone there having a Fab time, seeing a lot of people I know and people who I've heard of and have not met yet. So that was so much fun, and like just seeing friends who like I've known from Ohio and from Maryland, and meeting new people who I've seen around, but also meeting new people I've never met before. You know, I love vendors who recognize you because you've met them once. Those are the greatest people. When you go up and you just talk to them for a little bit. It was so cozy. It felt like such a good atmosphere, and I feel like Fab just generally has that atmosphere. It is a great, great community. So moving on from the day 1, we're going to go ahead and go right into round 1. Renrock, if you want, I did like out your name on these. These messages were all sent by Renrock, so I am sorry. I just thought it would be best. I didn't know if you're going to be here. I didn't want to. Exactly. W's for Fab. So round 1. Oh no, it's cut off. Okay. That is an accident. Round 1 was against Nathan Crawford on Rhinar. I have played Nathan a few times, mainly before they had the challenge chips. It was a very interesting game. Let me put it this way. I sit down from him, and he sits down from me, and I say the same thing I usually say to all of my opponents. Mostly I say this to my first opponent. I go, no matter what, I'm glad to be here. I'm excited to have a really, really good time. And he looks at me and goes, look, it's going to be fun no matter what, and I'm glad you're here, and you're going to do better than you think. And so we started playing. His turn, he goes first. His turn 0 is Sand Sketch Plans. finds a Blood Rush Bellow, draws the Blood Rush Bellow, discards the Blood Rush Bellow. And I sit there, I go, he goes, okay, Arsenal pass. I go, oh, gosh. So that was one of, I think, 3 bad rolls in that game that really won me that game. Allowed me to play way more aggressively instead of trying, like, be a little bit more defensively, take more risks, you know, take less risks, play out to my outs. I just went, no brakes, all gas, you know? Went as fast as I could, sent dagger after dagger.
Then I'ma stab it. Ha ha!
Multiple times. Yeah, it was me. It was my no. So he did get a second Blood Rush off, and that Blood Rush off turn was pretty good until he threw Meat Axe and missed. He hit this second scan sketch plan off the Meat Axe. And so the Meat Axe only came in for 5 instead of 7. And I think he had a Frailty Trap as well, so I think it actually only came in for 4. And I mean, at the end of the game, at the end of the day, that very much is just the variance of Flesh and Blood. I wanted to add this post Red Rock sent me. He said, hey, let it be known, after round 1, he sent me this. He goes, let it be known, whatever else happens, you were second place after round 1. And I will, and this was the funniest thing to me. I was so excited. I was like, I have peaked. Okay? I was on cloud 9. I was on cloud 9, and I will keep being on cloud 9 for a while. Round 2, Tough Nut. So we're starting to see a theme with the day, huh? We go Brute 1, Brute 2. So this is my 2-0 into a 2-0 Tough Nut. Think about Tough Nut. Tough Nut's really good right now because of the fatigue matchups. You know, Tough Nut sees a Pleiades, they're happy. Tough Nut, relatively happy. Tough Nut sees a Victor, they're really happy. You know, it's hard to fatigue a Tough Nut, and Tough Nut just has good numbers. They don't need a hand to send 7. And trust me, I took a lot of 7s. This is not that one, Mitch. This is not that one. I fought 2 Tough Nuts this weekend, okay? We're going to talk about the other one in a second. That will be round 5, I think. So, great opponent, very fun. Don't really get to play a lot of Tough Nuts. Alex was very nice to me, very, realized very quickly that regardless of how many cards he keeps in his hand, he'll almost always send 7. This Tough Nut was on Tunic, was not on the new chess piece that the Tough Nut on stream was. I will say this. I think the Tough Nut on stream made the right choice and had the right deck for that. I don't think Alex's deck would have worked as well with the new chess piece. I don't know. I would love to talk to him at some point about that. But it was a great game. Very fun back and forth. I will say this about my games, and I usually take my life all the way down to the wire. I really use my life as a resource as much as I can in Fab, especially playing Mario, because if I'm at least 1 or 2 below or 1 or 2 above, if I'm above you, that's phenomenal. But if I'm like somewhere in that sweet 4 range, I'm happy. As long as I'm keeping our lives equal, because I just need one very quick, very sneaky dagger attack to kill you. Or a stealth attack. You know, I can shred a stealth attack. I actually did that on one of my games. Blue Shred did so much for me this weekend. It was insane, but not as much as another card, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Okay, round 3. Randall, I believe. Let me make sure this is Randall and I'm not saying... Randy. Okay. Round 3. Randy Davis. This was my Victor matchup. The horse, obviously. That's why I have the horse right there. It was a fun matchup. The thing about Victor is the Guardian I'm least scared of. Randy was playing a very defensive deck. Very much, hey, I'm going to block your attack. Might have 1 or 2 sneak attack. Defense reactions. I'm the one doing the sneak attacks. Yeah. Very much tries to fatigue me. I just think about that though is you can't really run a lot of you can't really run a lot of defense reactions into the matchup. Kai, do you want to go outside? Is that what's going on? Hey, give me 2 seconds, y'all. I'm gonna let my doggy outside so that way he's not just trapped in here with me all the time. All right. Sorry about that. I'm not one to. If he paws the door, I'll let him back in, but he probably will be good to just sit outside for a little bit if I'm going to be 1000% honest. He's a good dog. We love him. Everyone here should love Kai. We'll get Kai merch. No, I'm kidding. Um, I noticed there was a lot of D reacts in it. I will say that, Keaton. A lot. I think he staunched response a few of my attacks at some points. He never missed the clash, which was really cool. Expected him to mix. I think no, I take that back. I think he no, he did miss one, but then he used his ability to do it. He got, I think, 8 might tokens was the max, so not something too big. And I had the life where I'm like, if it's an overpower attack, I can block it out for X, still say have 7 life, and or something around that, and be able to send a decent chunk back. He sent the hammer, and so at that point I was just like, okay, I have the D react to block. No, I didn't have the D react. How did I block 7? I think I had the D react in Arsenal, and I had just turned into Trapdoor, allowing me to easily block 7 for almost nothing. And then I sent the date, and that 7 essentially just prevented all. And I just took 4. Mind you, I think he was running. I don't know if he was. I think he was running Millers. I'd have to. I'd have to. Don't remember. It was a long weekend. I'll talk about how I was feeling after everything at the end. But Randy, it was a really fun game, man. I mean, I'm going to say that about all of these guys. Very, very, very fun games all around. Very, very fun opponents all around. Okay, round 4. I play into Mara Ferris, into Vincent. What I consider to be probably, probably my second worst matchup, if I have to say. If not my first. I mean, you can win it, but if my deck was doing everything I wanted the rest of the weekend, this is the game where it just did nothing. It was like, hey, yeah, here's 3 stealth cards and a dagger pump, all red. Hey, here's 3 dagger. Here's like the shred and a blue, and like just, and Mara's a great player and phenomenal, and it was our first game ever playing. But like Vince, that's just I feel like also a really hard matchup. But I had a great game, and we ended. It was a very quick game, I will say. She got Nazareth out on turn 2, and at that point, I never saw enough combo damage in my hand to kill Nazareth. That was the big thing for me, to not be taking like 12 to 20 damage a turn and kill Nazareth the next turn. It never lined up. So the early Nazareth into just the high rolls, into the variance not going in my favor in this game. It does happen. I was a little sad because I was really looking forward to a fun back and forth game, and it was a very fun game. If you are a Vincent enjoyer, I will say that without a doubt. We ended up, and of course we did, and I was trying to talk to anyone who wanted to talk to me about lore. We ended up talking for because our game finished in I think 10 minutes. We ended up talking about lore for a good 20 minutes after the game, just back and forth. She was telling me that the dragons were Embra, which that was a revelation I had not seen before. Yeah, exactly, Mitch. That's what I was going for, but Narsath, it was like she did this thing where she presented 6 rune chants, waited for 2 of them to pop, created 2 more, I forget how exactly, and then with the resolution of that, created Narseth after that. I forget why she did it in that way, but it allowed her to pull off essentially from a 10-point damage turn to a 19-point damage turn, if I recall correctly. It was pretty cool. I'm getting pinged, and I know you all are hearing that in Discord, so I am really, really sorry. Give me 2 seconds to respond to that. Okay. That was Will from the one of our locals. We'll talk about him in a second. because because I will be on his podcast in the Tuna Counter Games podcast, most likely this weekend. I think he just invited me. Awesome. I am just going to mute that. Give me 12 seconds. You know what? There's an easier answer to get rid of Discord. I know. I am trying to be a better content creator, but I am failing. I am doing my best. Okay, we're out of Discord. The beeps will no longer happen. I promise. Okay, fantastic. So the game went great. I had a great time. Mara was a great opponent. We had a great conversation about the decks and about the lore, and then we went our separate ways and we went into round 5. So that is. Oh yeah. Be careful when I exit that, because you'll see all of the streams, all of the games. All right, here we go. My first ever on-air appearance, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. It was me versus Tough Nut, Philip Borner. Great guy, by the way. Philip Borner, awesome. And I've got to say that about everyone. So, like that's just how I feel. Once again, Fab community is amazing. This game was so much fun. I was a ball of nervous energy. Jose! Tough nut. I did go back and watch this. I have not gone back and watched day 2's game yet, but I did go back and watch this because I knew it was fast. I knew it was fun. I wanted to see what the commentators were saying, and I had the spare time. I'm sorry. That's that. Well, I'm glad you won, but Philip was very fun, and what was I going to say about that? I feel like, oh yeah, of course. Who could forget my turn where I marked him turn 2. I drew a full hand of 2 the points, and I'm sitting there. I'm looking at him. I'm like in my head, I'm like, this has never happened to me before, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I assume it's good. It's 16 damage on a dagger, followed by the 3 I have in the arsenal, which I don't need. Yeah, Philip was a really good. I like the way that he just started laughing when I put down the 3-2 the points. And for the casters, because I did hear them say that Tough Nut only has 2 eyes. Yes, but Rock has 2 more. So I wasn't just aiming for his eyes. I was aiming. No. See, Tough Nut has 2. Rock has 2. 4 eyes total. There was targets. There were targets. So I my daggers had a good place to.
Then I'ma stab it. Ha
We had obviously everyone. If you saw it, you saw how I am. That is normally how I am when I'm playing against someone for the first time. Yeah. Do you know what? I thought I did put 3rd place as the title. Let me go. Calling Memphis. Top 4. Yeah, I'll go ahead and change that as well, Burst. Thank you for the shout out. Wow, this is like I'm getting so much feedback. This is so good. Okay. I really appreciate all of the feedback you guys are giving me, and for this is the first time I've ever had been able to do this. So okay, so very fun game. I went back on my watch and I checked my heart rate. It did peak at I think 146. Thanks, Jose. Yeah, of course. It peaked at 146. I was more nervous about the stream games than any other game ever. I am so afraid of making a simple, small mistake. And I mean, a tunic miss is a mistake, but it's not like the type of mistake I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the mistakes I'm talking about are like I roll my d6. If you guys have not seen the d6 that I normally roll, I got this from the guy who makes the other dice because when they announced this, I wanted this so bad. The only issue is there are IV and VI, and being dyslexic, sometimes I mix the two up. I'm much more careful about it now, and on stream because I didn't ask if I could use this for the dice. I used one of the d6s, so that kind of solved the issue. But that's like the biggest mess up I've made in this before. I think I've made that mistake in Battle Hardened, or at least the Armory event before the Battle Hardened. But it's an easy mistake. Obviously, we'll talk about my other mistake that I made. Well, I made two big mistakes. One mistake was bigger than the other. One of them infected how the game went, and the other one was easily resolved. But that's later down the line. Great game. Great time being on air. I was trying to bring the same energy I bring into every game into that game, and I did probably die from Tunic Mist, and we'll get to that in a little bit, Burst. I know. Listen, we're going to talk about solutions to this Tunic problem I have, okay? I'm thinking about building a shock collar that shocks me every time I miss it. We're gonna figure it out. We've got. I'm workshopping. Put your thoughts in the chat on how I can fix this issue. Okay, round 6. This was hard, guys. I traveled 5.5 hours, 6 hours. This is the guy who just pinged me on Discord, and it came down to it. 4th brute of the day, y'all. After this game, I changed my name for a little bit in Scowling Fleshbag's Discord to Brute Killer Dream Crusher because, yeah, I know, buddy, but those mistakes happen because I'm playing live. I want a different chess piece for Assassin, and Redback Shroud, maybe someday, but I want something like what Brutes have, you know? Sometimes it is, Mitch. Actually, you would be surprised how often the Tunic is just a 1 block. I mean, it's a nice to have resource when you have it, but both times in my stream games, and well, we'll get there. Both times when I missed it, I could have used it. So it's really sad. Like both times, it was very impactful that I missed it. So William Sneed is one of my locals. He's a great guy. Yes. I actually have that in a few locations here. I don't know the one exactly you're talking about, Zippy, but the one from my game, my semifinals game, that is on the stream, and it's going to be that is on the thumbnail, and it's going to be on one of these slides as well. So I felt bad, you know. It was my winning in, obviously, round 6. If I win this, I'm into day 2. It was Will's winning in. If he wins this, he goes X1 as well. So one of us is going X1, one of us is going X2. True. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just teaching people lessons. So I did kill my 4th brute. Will, this one I will say, he was high rolling the entire game. There was one block that I think he thought I was going to do something, but I didn't do it. It was a block on a pain in the backside. I think he thought I was going to pump the pain in the backside instead of whatever leads after the pain in the backside. He just put his full armor suite in front of it. I get it, pain in the backside marking your opponent can be very effective. Then also, coolest Reinhardt deck because it brought Gambler's Gloves. That's all I'm going to say. Coolest Reinhardt deck because it brought Gambler's Gloves. Hella fun to play against. Very impressed with the Gambler's Gloves choice. I hear it did him wonders for the rest. I mean, he went 5-1 into round 6. And but you know, I see a brute. I was contracted to kill brutes this week, guys. Moving on to round 7. Final round of the day. I am happy. I am locked for day 2. I am already doing so much better than I could even possibly imagine. We meet Jacob Bow. I've not met Jacob Bow before. Nice guy. I sat down. He sits down. We're like, this is going to be a quick game. At least, like, regardless of what happens, I'm not going to have to play a fatigue matchup. I'm happy to lose it if I lose it. My Ocilio matchup is okay. It really is just who high rolls the other more. A lot of people say it's 50-50. A lot of people say it's 70-30 Ocilio. I think it's somewhere in both. It really just depends on who sees what. I did not see a single Amulet of Echoes, but I didn't need it. I just raced. I kept going face, 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 face. Obviously, there's nowhere else to go in this matchup. But I got him down. I think it was relatively close, but it's just one of those things where, once again, like I said, I play very dangerously. A shock could have killed me most likely that last turn. Probably should have. But he didn't see it, and I got the kill instead. It does happen, and it was a fun game. And that locks me in to day 2, going 6-1. A record I couldn't even dream about. I was so shocked that I won this game more than anything else, and that I had that extra breathing room going into day 2. I didn't know what to think. There was a meme the night before where we were all talking. Technically, no. In the same way, well, but he has a face plate. Like, this right here would be considered his face, in the same way that you would consider the face on a robot a face. But that's more like, it really depends. Like, yeah, technically. I know that's a joke. I just wanted to go deep into that for a second. Okay, so what do you do when you win day 1? Well, the answer is obvious. You go get a steak dinner. I got a really, really good steak from the Majestic Grill. Me and my wife went, and we went and got some drinks and some food, and we got some calamari there. That was delicious. I decided, why not? I made day 2. I deserve. This is better. I'm already feeling like a champion. I don't care what happens tomorrow. I could lose 3 games. I made day 2. I'm really happy. I will say this. I did know that 7 other locals made day 2. And so I knew that because of what I know about the Atlanta local scene, I knew it was going to be rough. I know it's always rough when you play friends, and it's even rougher when those friends are really good and deserve to be up there because they've been going to callings for a while, and this is your first one. Very funny story. So part of the steak got stuck in one of my teeth and caused an awful toothache that night. I did get it out, but it did disrupt my sleep, and I slept horribly that night. So I was not fully. Yeah, I mean, Mitch, you have to, right? Like you, Dinner of Champions. This was when I considered this a championship for me. I was going into day 2 in an X1 record. Let's go. But it did mess up my sleep, and it's not that I didn't sleep, because I definitely did. Because it wasn't like one of those nights where I just was up all night, but I just woke up feeling like I didn't get any sleep. Like I didn't feel refreshed. I didn't feel anything. So went downstairs to the hotel lobby, got some hotel breakfast, got my cup of coffee, and started to walk to the convention center. Let's go and begin our adventure with day 2. Round 8. One of the worst matchups for me, in my opinion. So I had a very interesting decision that I was very, very much backpedaling on back and forth. It was, do I respect Guardians and disrespect Prism, or do I disrespect Prism and respect Guardians? I decided to do respect Guardians, disrespect Prism, and I only brought 1 popper into my deck, and it was a 6. It was Death Touch. This game, on paper at the start, looked great for me. Turn 1, I believe that I went first to prevent the setup. I daggered. No, they went first. They put down Ed put down, and Ed's phenomenal. Oh my gosh, we had a great time going. Even though this game was hilariously bad. Like, I thought everything looked like it was going to be good, and then it just went south fast. So he goes, Pierce Reality, pass. Arsenal's a card, draws up. I go, okay. Dagger Face, he takes it, gets marked. I have to dagger the other Pierce Reality. I don't have a way to currently equip another Calycera, and I can't flick my other one when I attack the Pierce Reality because the attack never happens, so I don't get to react in that phase. So I attack the Pierce Reality because I'm like, yeah, I don't run poppers. 1,000%. 1,000% I made the right choice here. Because this was the only prism I met the entire time. So I pop the Pierce Reality and I draw up Arsenal card. I believe it was one of my trap D-reacts. Draw up. Guess what's in that hand? Death Touch. I'm happy. Okay, I am well aware. There's many ways to give it -1. You know, you can prevent the pop from hitting. That's fine. I don't need it for a lot. I just need it for 1. Herald of Triumph. I go, okay, it's a yellow Herald of Triumph. I can block 6 on that and pop the next attack. Fantastic. Let's go. Herald of Triumph. I have 2/2 blocks in my hand. I've already used the 3 block in my arsenal, and I need to send something back. I had to break Mask here. Maybe not. I did. I feel like 2/2s and popping the mask to send the dagger, flick it, and then I essentially just went back down to 0 to base. I forget who I turned into. It wasn't important for this. I think I chose Tarantula just to try and get extra points of damage on the flick because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get the Calycera because I only had 1 card left in hand. Probably, I mean, I think that's the right call 9 times out of 10 in that scenario because the Clave deals 1, and it's the only thing that would matter there. So, and I remember I blocked. No, I did block it with the mask on the second attack, and I also knew they didn't have go again. So, and I got, maybe I was trapdoor. Maybe they rolled a 6, got trapdoor, and I had 2 cards, and maybe I did make a mistake. Maybe I should have discarded a card to equip the Calycera, but it's one of those things. I think it was that turn and the next turn. Sends Erudition for 5. I full block with the Armor Suite and a card from hand to block 5. Pumps up to +3. Already knew when my popper was non-effective that there was not much I could do in that turn. He got the board state. He was seeing Light of Soul trigger after Herald hit, getting them into the Soul. Brilliant plays by Ed. Really well played. Very rough game for me. I feel like so starting day 2, X2. I know that I need 1 more win to get into the top 32 to cash out, and I would very much like to cash out at this point because that'd be really, really cool. So at this point, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, there's not really a good way for me to go into the finals. I don't need to, honestly. I'm here for the fun of it, you know. I didn't expect to, so I was here to hang out with my friends, see Memphis, and I've already succeeded at 2 of those. So going to round 9, I'm just like, just win it out. Marwa kept telling me, like, hey, so did my wife. They were like, hey, you don't need to think about the tournament as a whole. You just need to think about your next game, and that's it. Don't think about anything else. Take it 1 game at a time. Focus on it, and you got this. I think I got that prep talk like 3 times the night before, and like 3 times the day from Mara as well, when I was like, if I could do this, I could do this. So that was great. Round 9. Arun and me were both playing Mario. We were both X2. I love the Mario mirror. Oh, it is so much fun. Because you're sitting there and you're thinking, you know their deck in and out. Now, albeit at this point in time, I think I knew essentially what was in most people's decks. Like, I've played a lot of the decks I played against, except for Tough Nut. Tough Nut was a wild card, which is why I think in this game, if you can bring a deck that people just don't expect, if you can bring a weird version of a Cilio, if you can bring a Tough Nut, if you can bring a Betsy, you know, if you just bring something that no one expects, I think you do gangbusters. Like, you can do amazing because it's surprise. It's Sangzu. You know, it's Art of War. If your opponent can't expect it, you can do it. So when it's a matchup that you know in and out, you know how you would play it, you know how your opponent would play it, It's so much fun. You're sitting there, it's all in the body language, it's all in the cards. You're sitting there with your hands, you're going down, you're throwing T-Talks to get around things. It's just a really, really fun matchup. And once again, this one was it's not always a die roll, but I did win the die roll, and I do think I won this because of that. Very fun, Arun. Great playing you, man. Once again, another guy that I just had a great rapport with. Overall, phenomenal game. Okay, moving on. Round 10. This hurt another local and a good friend of mine, Andrew Cook. You may know him as the Prism player. I know him as just a local legend and a phenomenal friend and a great player. Decided to bring Osilio. Thought it was the right choice. We went, I think we won and we went first. Didn't see the combo disrupt, or maybe I did and he wobbled it. No, he didn't see a wobble all game. But whatever happening was, it turned out that when I blocked with my mask on the turn to survive, so I was going down to lethal. Not lethal, I was going down to like 7, I think. I blocked with my mask and he rolled a 1 for me. And I had the boots on the board. I had a Kiss of Death in my hand. I was ready. I had an extra way to do a second attack. I was ready to disrupt that hand and clap back, and I did, and it got me there. He could have killed me with a shock on one turn, but he never saw it because he had already gone through most of his shocks through the game. It was a very, very close game. This was both of our, if we lost, we're out. This is not our win-in at all. This was just hairline decisions and luck of variance with the Black Widow transformation. So I am very, 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 very happy with how this went. I'm sad that I had to kill my friend to take him out of the running, but at the end of the day, I think so like I said, this is important. 7 people from the Georgia area made it to day 2. From my local area made it to day 2. I think you can do a 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon by this point, and I'm pretty sure each one of us fought another one of us by that point, and like a chain. So it was very brutal for us locals, traveling all the way to Memphis just to do a local armory sometimes. That's what we were saying. Okay, so 2 games left, because 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I am doing the math. If I want a chance to make it to day 8, if I want a chance to make it to top 8, I need to win my next game. No matter what, I have to win. If I do that, there is a chance I am locked. There's also a chance that I am not. We were doing the math. It was about, at that point, it was 50-50. We did the math later, and it was like, there were certain things, I wasn't locked, but there were certain things that could have got me in top 8. Here, one second, y'all. Here we go. We go into round 11. Hunter Platt. So I run into my second Guardian for the week, a Fatigue Guardian, with Volda. I mean, Volda, not so much Fatigue. Volda sends good numbers because she could get a hell of a lot of seismic surge counters, and she can send attacks for free, essentially. It doesn't take a lot. There was a point in this game where I was at 40 life and they were at 20. It was brutal for them. I mean, Hunter, if you watch this at any point, man, I feel I saw T-Tox after T-Tox. I saw all 3 T-Toxes and all 3 Savor Bloodsheds incredibly fast. I was able to just shred through their armor like it was butter, not because I was shredding it with -1 counters, but just because they had to block with it all so early. They blocked with the shield they blocked the shield once on 1, and then they blocked the shield the second time on 6. So that way it got only 2 uses. It was a very, very, very brutal game. At the end, we did go all the way to the bottom of the decks. I looked at his deck. He had, I think, 4 cards, maybe 7 cards when I had 14. I had the opportunity to flick kill them at some point, and I just go, I think I need to be safe. I'm very tired. I I know the rest of the cards in his deck because he's pitching. I'm 90% sure he does not have a shelter from the storm. 99 if I'm going to be wholly honest. I can't risk me being tired, and me being wrong. So I took it slow. I took it very, very, very slow. It ended up not going to time, but going to deck. At the end, he drew his last hand. The turn before, I had seen what he pitched, and I was like, I can flick the knife here, and I can be very, very happy with that. So goes down to 0 daggers, kills him. He loses the game. I win. I am pretty sure I'm really good in contention, but it doesn't matter because I'm taking the advice that people have been giving me. Don't think about top 8. Just think about your next game. So I go into my next game not thinking about top 8. And I sit down across the table from Michael freaking Hamilton. Oh my gosh. I know his name. I know his face. I've seen him on stream. And I'm not really, I mean, we had a really good conversation. We got deck checked this. So we got to just talk back and forth about everything from the games we're playing to just what we're doing, how we are, we were talking about Pacopia for a while. It was really funny. And the thing about Pacopia, and we're going to give a shout out to the Slowpoke army back there, is every time that I wasn't on stream, sit down for my opponent, and the first turn that I would have to arsenal something, I'd make a joke saying, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, he's late. I pulled out a little plastic figure of Slowpoke and put him on my arsenal and say, he's always late for his job, you'll have to forgive him. Got a lot of laughs. Some people didn't really think it was that funny, but, Michael liked it. Let me just put it this way. They deck checked us. They gave us our deck backs. I shuffled it 4 or 5 times, and I still saw clumps. I still saw clumps of cards. Michael shuffled it for me. He saw clumps too, but he saw the better clumps, and I saw some bad clumps. It was fun. We got to talk. We had a chill game. It was very brutal. I died very, very fast. And I couldn't really have expected more from the champion himself. So I will say that the second game that I did, when we get to it against him, obviously, if you're here, you probably know because I said top 4, was much better. But this one was a example in what make sure you always quadruple and quintuple shuffle your deck after it gets deck checked. I'm not putting the blame on that because I like I said, I did shuffle a lot. We both did, but it was funny to see it happen, and it was a very fun game. Okay, so moving on. Announcement. So here we can see.
Swiss people around this top 8. If I call your name, please meet by the compendium of wraith banners and photos. In first place after 12 rounds of Swiss with 11 wins, Lucas Oswald.
Woo!
In second place with 10 wins, Jacob Clements.
Woo!
In third place with 10 wins, Emmanuel Ortiz.
Yeah!
In fourth place with 10 wins, Michael Hamilton.
Heck yeah, Michael!
In fifth place with 10 wins, Austin Remington.
Woo!
In sixth place with 10 wins, Matthew Burr.
We're still at 10. We're still at 10.
In seventh place with 9 wins, Evan Bridges.
Okay, Evan.
And in eighth place with 9 wins, Zachary J.
I went and did a full lap of the entire floor. I was so excited. It was insane, and it's the weirdest feeling as well. The moment that I realized I had made it to top 8, any stress, and I was very stressed going into those finals games because I'm like, okay, I'm trying to remind myself, take it one game at a time, but at the same time, you're just like, it does kind of matter. There is clout. There's a gold foil. I've always wanted a gold foil on the line. So there is that little bit of nagging on the back. But the second I heard my name in the top 8, it just vanished. it didn't matter what happened. I had made it. I did top 8. That is true. That is true. It any type of stress, fear, anxiety, it didn't matter. I was there. I was so happy. Uh, I put this here because my wife says that's exactly what I look like with the little hat on. Um, yeah, you're judging it, man. You're judging it. You got to be impartial. Uh, this was. Now I know it is one of those things where I was playing into a really group of great people, a bunch of decks. Jem was also very kind to me this week, and the variance of my deck was just doing wonders for me. I was so happy to have made it and gotten to where I was. So let's go on. Quarterfinals. First matchup: Lucas Oswald in first place. Me, Zachary Jensen, nobody. Last place. 8th place, not last place. It is another Mario Mirror. Once again, one of my favorite games is the Mario Mirror. I just love playing games where I know what's going on. There were a lot of really interesting back and forths. I think the thing that got me the game is he marked me, I think, maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the game. But once he had flicked his Hunter's Clave, if he had a follow-up, so for example, if he was like, okay, here's a Hunter's Clave. I looked at his deck list, so I know he was a little more dagger-focused instead of stealth-focused. I'm pretty sure. I might be misremembering a little bit. But if he presented, like, for example, he would flick a Hunter's Clave at me. Well, first he would present, I would either not be marked, he would present a Mark the Black Widow, and then he would flick his Hunter's Claves, and I would just take it. I would go, at the end, me losing a card is more value for me than you becoming someone else. And I think just me being off the mark for the longest time, and then him flicking his Clave when he didn't have an immediate retrieve effect, I don't think, it took back and forth, but man, was it a good game. And then I think I also saw the overcrowded at a certain point early on, and I think, was this the game? There was a game where I was looking through my graveyard. I didn't have a Leave No Witnesses in it. I had some 3 damage, and I actually presented an overcrowded in my arsenal because there were 3 no, it was against the Volta. It was against the Volta because there were 3 auras on the field: an Inertia, a Frailty, and the Ponder. And the 4 damage there was almost an assured 1 damage through instead of the Kiss of Death that was in the graveyard, because Kiss of Death was 3-1 on hit, and that was just better numbers. Just small game decisions, big variance, fun games, a lot of deep thought. I would have loved to had played it again. And Lucas, so much fun meeting you. So much fun talking to you about your history and like how you got to Fab and how you went from Yu-Gi-Oh to Fab. And man, you were cool as can be. Quite honestly, super cool guy. Moving on into the semifinals, round 2 of Michael Hamilton versus me. This was way closer than our last game. I realized I made 2 major mistakes throughout the entire life cycle of the game. We're going to talk about those. Were not the mistake that I was talking about earlier. That mistake was he was marked. I was using a different mark token than I normally use because I had just gotten it, and we're going to talk about who I got that mark token, and so that way you can go support local artists from. He's also the guy who made the Eye of Ophidia tie clip that I'm wearing. Super cool tie clip, by the way. I wore it all weekend and got so many compliments. This game was very close. I missed my Tunic Tick very early on turn 2, and ironically on turn 3, I needed it. And, you miss it when you only miss it when you're going to need it, I feel. If you're not going to need it, you never miss it. You're always on rate. But you only miss it when you need it. But maybe that's just survivorship bias, where I only realize that I miss it when I need it. I I move too fast. I see I'm Orb Weaver. My mistakes are the reason I missed my Tunic Tick was I was Orb Weaver, and I know that's an instant. And I know instants are fast, but I forget instants can't be played in response to a Tunic because the Tunic is at the start of the turn instead of like at the beginning of the turn or something like that. There's the layer step doesn't work in that way. So even though I want that to work, it did not. So I lose the Tunic Tick, equip the Calicera, Dagger Dagger, Arsenal Pass. No, Dagger Dagger. Sorry, get out my Amulet of Echoes, Arsenal Pass. We keep going for a while. He finally does a turn where he does send a Leave No Witnesses twice. I think that I shouldn't break my Amulet of Echoes here because I know that one of his cards in his hand is an instant, so he's going to play it out in response. I'm only going to get one card of value from it, so he's only got 2 cards left in hand. Yeah. That's exactly, Jose. That's exactly what I'm going to say. Actually, Michael did talk to me. Yeah, so it's exactly that. When he swing the Flittering Charge, then gone and flash for 7, I should have activated Amulet of Echoes because he was telling me afterwards if I had done that, he would have had to break Chest and then Boots to continue that turn. And then he's like, yeah, but then you'd be out of that Amulet of Echoes. I go, no, you see, me being the idiot, I had a second Amulet of Echoes in that hand. I just didn't think I needed it. I thought this game was going to go longer for some reason. Even though you all know what the playstyle I was going for. I go fast. So I should have just knee-jerk react, broken the Amulet of Echoes. Rule of thumb from now on when playing Acilio, if it even matters after the ban list, will be to always be cracking Amulet of Echoes whenever the opportunity arises. And if you're an Acilio main, I am truly sorry for what happened. So Michael won. It was very fun. Very nice guy. Well deserves the titles he's got. I'm aware that he and Jacob Clements went into the finals. I know that Jacob got it. Let's go, Mario. I got my first ever World Tour points ever, obviously, this weekend. I am... I do not understand. Always be... Yo! Amulet of Echoes when 2 of a kind. Exactly. ABC, AOE, WTOA. Exactly. It's so simple. Why can't I just... I should, like, memorize that or, like, put that on a slip of paper or something. So, Renrock, once again, sends me a message, goes, let it be known after... Tags the first message he sent me on day 1, and goes, also, 13 rounds later, you only ever dropped 1 place. And that's not true. Obviously, I did drop down to 10. But at the end of the day, when the brackets were done, I had dropped from 2nd place to 3rd place. And I had the time of my life. Funny story about that hat, for those of you that don't know, that is the Georgia Finals hat. I believe that Jeremy Chen and Andrew Lorenz always bring it around with them. And whoever the local is in the finals, if a local is in the finals or on stream, it's just fun to give them the hat. Spin the hat. I do, wish for a card and spin the hat. They were all asking me, what's the card I'm hoping for when I spin the hat? And they were like, well, is your card T-Tox? What is it? Is it Codex? I go, no. It's to the point. At this point, to the point is my card. That card got me out of so many jams this weekend. And it almost took me there with that cloud cover turn. I was presenting lethal. It was awesome. And then the card he needed was the card he had. Now, I know if he didn't have the cloud cover, he would have probably blocked 6. Buddy, Renrock, man, you kept me in high spirits all week. Everyone did. Then afterwards, I had to drive 6 hours home. That was very fun. My shoulders were tired. I think I stopped like 6 times on that drive. I was just like, I was so ready to be done. I was so tired. I got a monster which kept me up all night last night, so I'm really happy because I feel like if I didn't do that, I would have passed out on the road. Very, 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 very happy to have made it home. Very, very happy to have gone. Very happy to have seen everyone there. To set the record straight. This is very important. This has nothing to do against Manset. I really appreciate what he did for me by putting my channel name right there. I did not name my thing Havoc Makes Finals. I named my deck Memphis Deck List Final because there were 4 other iterations before I finished this deck list. This is a very important distinction I want you all to know. Because people in Georgia Discord were like, no, that's what he named it. I'm very appreciative of the producers to have put my channel name, and it means a lot for me to have represented both Mario and my channel there in the top 4. A place I honestly don't think I have ever thought that I would make it. Much less the top 8. Much less day 2 in a lot of ways. I want to put out a bunch of individual thank yous as well. The first thank you, obviously, is to my wife for letting me go and helping me out and being there in my final games. It was... Exactly, Mitch. Exactly. It was... No. I never thought I would need to name a deck. I thought that the deck was very much just like I forgot that they started doing that, and so I named it Memphis Deck Final because there were 3 other iterations. Like I said, I was constantly flipping back and forth between do I respect Prism, do I respect Guardian, do I respect Prism, do I respect Guardian, because I knew everyone was going to try and make her LL this weekend. I decided that Guardian just was the better class without because Guardian can beat Prism. You know, it was one of those things where I was very, very happy. Hey, Dusty, thank you for the subscription. Subscribble. It was one of those things where I was going back and forth all weekend on what I wanted to do, and what I decided to do seemed to have been the right choice. Now, those thank yous. The first one, as I said, was to my wife. We had a great time. I appreciate her coming, and I appreciate her coming to see me watch the final. I know she doesn't like a lot of the game. Visiting your dad's estate. I don't know if I told you this, Keaton, but my Victor deck, which is right here, is called Daddy's Credit Card because it's near max rarity. I say near. There's a lot of stuff missing, but like it's got a first edition seismic tectonic chess piece. Yeah. What else? Moving on. We are going to talk about... Oh, wait, no. Moving on, I want to say the rest of the thank yous. Thank yous to every single person who was there. Thomas, Andrew, Jeremy. It was me, Chips. It was me. Jeremy, Thomas, Andrew, Steven, my God, I'm missing so many names. Will Bradshaw, Evan, and Sean as well. Yeah, man, Chips, it was an experience, dude. Oh my gosh, man. And it's right here. We will be opening it up. We will be opening it up soon. So I just want to say few things. Obviously, thank you to the friends who I made there. Thank you to Mara. Thank you to Philip. Thank you to Chase. Chase as well. I support everyone who supported me. We're going to talk about that in a second, Mitch. We are going to talk about the goods and the bads of the deck. And once I'm going to open the gold foil because I know that's what everyone wants. Once story time is done, we're going to go over my deck, what I liked, what I didn't like, and then we are going to end the stream with some websites that I think you should all visit if you are interested. So just if I didn't say your name, I want you to. Oh, Team Dayton. Thank you to Team Dayton. Thank you to Dayton, to Michael, to Steven, to Skylar, to Zippy. Thank you all. Thank you for having my back. Thank you for everyone who was there cheering me on, supporting me. Oh my God, I'm missing so many names, but I just can't. I feel like I'm doing an Oscar speech, and it is the season for award ceremonies. But just if you were supporting me from the sideline, if you were supporting me from home, if you were supporting me and not watching it, but you knew I was playing, if you're here, you didn't know I played, but you're proud of me, thank you. Because at the end of the day, I couldn't have done this without all of you, because I needed the practice, the support, and just the assurance, because I really needed the assurance. I was feeling really down about everything and really feeling like I was not as good of a player as like I could be. At the end of the day, I ended up going 14-3, right? Hold on, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I played 14 games. Sorry. It's a long day. 10-4. And I made it into the finals. And it was an experience I never thought I would get. Thank you to Opus for cheering me on and individually reaching out. So I'm going to try, if you would give me 13 seconds, I'm going to try this one more time. I was having a really difficult time with this, trying to get this working on earlier. I've got my phone here. I want to try and stream this real fast. So phone cam. Okay, we're doing it, guys. We're doing it live. Sorry, you're gonna see a bunch of stuff. Okay. Please let me know if audio is coming through the microphone as well. I will do my best. I'm going to be over here now. So here we've got the nice things. We've got 2 Blanche promos. This is what I forgot to say. I was done with day 1, and my brain was... That would be awesome, but I don't think it's in this set. My brain was so cooked. Like, I have never felt that tired after playing Fab in my entire life. I wanted to do something fun, and I needed to use some of my tickets because I knew I was making it to day 2, and at the end of whenever I lost in day 2, I was going home. So I just said, I will sign up for the Sage event. I will do my best to have fun, and I will, hold on, I'm just going to turn on the light here so that way we get a better, oh, it won't let me do that because the camera's in use. I was going to do my best, and I was going to come home, so I did the second Sage Blanche event. Mitch, I would die. So I got 2 Blanche promos, which was awesome. You want to see what else I got? Because we're going, for first and foremost, because I did show up Friday, I got one of these. These were sold out on Saturday. They were sold out halfway through Friday. People showed up at the end of Friday, could not get their hands on them. I got 2 of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. I only went after the blue ones this time because I just didn't want to spend my energy trying to buy more or trade for more. And I opened a red Wild Ride. A friend, Philip, opened the blue shred, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm interested in the blue shred. Can you?" Yeah. Can you? Hey man, he knew I was interested in the blue shred, so he said, "Do you want this one?" I go, "How much are you going for?" And so we found fair market value. So I'm really happy. I actually have 2 of them now because there are some decks that run 2. Now I'm aware there are some decks that run 3, and I may go for my 3rd at some point. But the other one was I got a red Wild Ride, and I traded the red Wild Ride for a blue shred, and I was very happy with that deal. Once again, shout out to Opus Arts, the man, the myth, the legend. Here we go. I'm going to do this the best of my ability. I need someone on stream to tell me if I'm doing this right. If I open it and drag it out this way without flipping it over, it will be upside down, right? This is my first gold foil pack ever. So someone confirm with me, please. Yeah. Hey, man, Zan. Hey, buddy. Okay, I am right. Okay, here we go. Oh, God, I'm terrified. First gold foil ever. So, oh, God. I have no fingernails. Okay. Here we go. We're ripping off the envelope. Okay. Come on, flick knives. Okay. 3, 2, One. Oh, the Volda Shield. Full art Volda Shield. Hey. Pretty Testament of Valhalla. Okay, or that's pretty good. Awesome. Sweet. Guess I'll need to play Volda now, I guess. That's really cool. Well, that's awesome. First gold foil ever. Yes, Ethan, I just saw you were here. Thank you so much for streaming. Yeah, that's not bad. That's first of all, it is a single class, and it has pretty decent text. So I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. Heck yeah. Okay, that's awesome. That was so intense. I can't believe I opened a gold foil legendary. I mean, obviously I knew it was going to be a legendary, but like we're going to put that right back in. We're going to put that right there. We're going to go back to the solo stream. We're going to, thank you for coming here, if that's all you were here for. We are going to now go over the deck list. There are two websites that I am going to show off as thank yous for One Local, and thank you for Opus for the great art that he does, and try and get him some traction to see if anyone's interested in anything. If you are going to head out after that, don't worry. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate all of the support, and I appreciate you being here. If you have not, please give me a follow on Twitch or subscribe to my channel on YouTube. It really helps out. If you don't know who I am or what I do, I'm going to use this opportunity to do my little spiel. I'm Stan Havoc. I am a lore tuber for Flesh and Blood. I go through the individual stories that LSS writes, read them out, and add some tracking music and some sound effects and add visuals. It's mostly a narrative experience, so think of it like listening to an audiobook. So please, if you're interested in that, give my channel a check out, and while they're there, if you wouldn't mind, subscribe. We are going to transfer over to what I wanted to talk about, which I believe is over here. So the first one, let's grab this. Always on foreground. Where is this? Mainstream. Nope. We want to go here. We're going to put this all back over here. So first and foremost, I want to show off on stream Opus Arts. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Sam. I really appreciate the approval of my content. And I just uploaded the Arachne, which is insane, by the way. Which is insane that I had just uploaded the Arachne lore. That was ready and prepped before I even left. Yeah, I literally I had that ready, not even thinking like, hey, you're gonna be playing Arachne in the Calling. What happens if you top 8? Then it's gonna look like you did this on purpose. So first and foremost, this is the guy who made my tie clip. He has a bunch of other really cool stuff. He has these transparent mark tokens. He's got a bunch of really cool and honestly a lot of lore accurate tokens as well. I really like the new Ponder token, which shows, once again, not sponsored, just really like the guy. Ponder tokens that shows Teklo turning into, let's just call it what it is, Ultron. So I really wanted to give him a shout out. If you like this type of art, if you want to see some of this, it's opusarts.studio. Go give it a check out. You don't need to buy anything. Just go take a look and see if there's anything that next. Okay, next we're going to look at my deck on Fabzar. One of my locals, Robert, he's made this website. It's more of a, so if February is like, a deck building, this is like a collection hosting, but also deck building thing. So that way you can import your collection. I haven't done it myself yet. I'm going to be probably spending some time doing this. Import your collection into Fabzar and take a look at what you own. And instead of building decks from everywhere, you can build decks just from your collection. So I really wanted to go over the deck real fast. We'll talk about what I did differently than others, or at least in my opinion, what I did differently than others, what I didn't need, what I probably needed more of. And I'm realizing that by having my face, whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. By having my face over here, I'm actually covering the card demo. So let's just do that. That's fine for now. Okay, so very, very cool website. Check it out. Fabazar.app. So normally this is mostly what you would expect in almost any other okay, sure. Um, oh, and of course, okay, I see how it's done. Okay, yeah, man. So, what I wanted to talk about was the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think there were. I don't think I used Whittle for Bone once as an attack to equip a Calicera. I think, honestly, it's a decent card. It's a get out of jail free card when you need it, especially if your opponent is marked and you didn't draw. It's essentially a turn 2 Orb Weaver Spinneret. I don't like that it unmarks your opponent on hit, so when they seen this, they'll probably just take it. It does allow you to get go again, which can allow you to do some shenanigans. I probably wasn't utilizing it to the best of its ability. I could have probably used it more. I'm not taking this one out. I will talk about what I am taking out more precisely. But this one was fine. It's a blue block 3 as well. Honestly, it did the exact same thing Knight's Embrace does, which is it's a blue block 3. Knight's Embrace, great text line. Once again, I believe it was Paul who was saying that what you want to do is make sure that your blues, in case you draw them off of a ponder token, are something you don't hate having in your arsenal. And Whittle from Bone can fill that void, but it can also just feel bad if like this one feels worse to have in your arsenal. I have not, Mitch. If you want to send it over to me in Discord, I'll take a look at it. Amulet of Echoes, you have to have 3 in my opinion. With Wobble being what it is, Amulet of Echoes is just so good. It allows you to banish it, make your opponent discard a card. I would have loved to use it in that last game, but it is a good card, and I'm very happy with bringing 3. I've used it in, I believe, 2 of my Acilio matchups. Very, very good. Way too good. This card, the mirror matchup in Mario essentially really does kind of boil down to who sees overcrowded first. If you see overcrowded, you block with it, you attack with it, you do whatever you need to get into the graveyard, quite honestly. Once it's in the graveyard, you're kind of set. You have Codex protection. You're just sitting there and you're just like, okay, your Codex is, if your opponent has an overcrowded in the graveyard, your Codexes become pitch cards. If you have an overcrowded in your graveyard, your opponent's Codexes become pitch cards or block cards, but they're block 2. Like, come on. Persuasive Prognosis got me some value this weekend. It healed me. It banished a card, and it saved me in one of my games. I forget which game it was, but I will always love Persuasive. I love it so much. It is good card. And I believe I had it with the Shred, and they blocked 2, and I shredded to get the good value off of Persuasive. I hate this card. This card did nothing for me. This card is leaving this deck. I'm replacing this card with a Schism of Chaos, and I'm going to be happy with that. It is never there when you need it, and it's always there when you don't need it. I didn't see it in any of my Acilio games. I didn't play any Gravy, so it wasn't imperative in that. But I just think that this card is taking up such a niche place. Unless someone way smarter than me can explain to me how wrong I am about this, I do not like this card at all. This card is going away. And with Ocilio's changes, I think, without a doubt, going away. This card's amazing. Relentless Pursuit is so good. Being able to have Fatigue matchup, that Volta game, this card saw a lot of value. Being able to... This card essentially, it can, in the Pallades matchup, give you near infinite value at the end, because what you do is you have a blue in this, you go Dagger for 1, okay, mark your opponent, Dagger for 2. You are now in the perfect loop. You're in better Kodachi lock because you're swinging for 2 instead of just for 1. Shred is always a mainstay. I might even take it up for 2 for some time, but I love Shred. Blue Shred's just good. It's -2 on attack. It's a worse version of the bottom half of T-Tox, but is a blue that blocks 3. Like, once again, another blue that just insulates me from having a bad arsenal target. 2 Under the Trapdoors. Now, why am I running 2 instead of 3? Well, the answer is when I make my deck list and my sideboard, which we can go over another day because I know I only wanted to stream for like an hour and a half. when I make my deck list and I make my sideboards into certain matchups, what happens is at the end of the day, I'm just intrigued in getting only 2 traps into the deck. And so I don't see any need more for the 2. There are some games where I'll play 3, but at that point, I'm not, those games where I play 3, I'm not expecting those games to go to time or fatigue or anything like that. For fatigue matchups, they usually don't have go again, so I usually don't bring in my go again tramps, so I don't need to worry about cycling them forever. Yes, I will take a look at that right now. Where the heck did I just put my phone? I put my phone down somewhere because I have Discord muted at the moment. Closed. Guys, I lost my phone. Am I sitting on it? Why am I? What the? Ha! Oh my gosh. I was using it. I was using it for the stream, so of course I don't have it. Oh, I did see this one. Oh my god, I want one of these so bad. This mark token is so cool. It's got Arachne with 2 knives crossing out Syndra. If you can, I would. Ooh, that mark token goes so hard. Okay, so 3 Codex of Frailties. Fantastic. You know, one of the best cards ever printed. Obviously, I feel like if more decks just start bringing in more Overcrowded, if Overcrowded ever becomes a 3 of, we are in trouble. But as long as Overcrowded is still an anomaly, 3 Codex of Frailties will always be in mainstays. Codex of Inertia is so much fun. Being able to dagger someone for 1 or 2, depending on which one you swing, empty your hand with all dagger pumps on that dagger, play an Inertia, and here's the best part. I think I played Inertia probably to 7, upwards of double digits amount of times this weekend. I think 5 of those times I played it for no value. I even did that on stream just to get my opponent an Inertia token, you know, or just to get a card out of my opponent's hand. It is, if you have and 2 of the times I did it, I went Inertia into a Frailty. That happened twice. That happened twice to me, which was hilarious. If your opponent has no Arsenal and you have an Arsenal and an Inertia, that's just a free card out of their hand. It doesn't matter. And then if you do that and you go into a Frailty, that's also a good way to get around any type of Overcrowded or anything like that. That's the other thing about Frailties. If your opponent, if they are playing Overcrowded, the only time you can really use them then is if your opponent doesn't have an Arsenal. But honestly, if I get a Overcrowded in my Arsenal in the mirror, I'm going to try to keep things out of my Arsenal unless I really need them. Arachne does read too many books. I mean, you know, and then Remembrance, because Fatigue. I don't like playing Fatigue. I don't think I played this card once. Mostly because I brought this in solely for Volda. I mean, Pallades. So I think it's a necessary evil. I think this card is a necessary evil in the deck. I'm not taking it out. I don't like it. I'm not taking it out. It's too good. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Spreading Plague. Costs 1. That sucks. Tunic's there. Doesn't suck that bad. It's obviously you want to tailor it to the matchups. I saw this used. I used this once in my games. It's also a yellow that blocks 3, so it's not that bad. I used it a lot for blocking. In that Volda game, when we were down, he was at 4, and I'm just like, okay, I need to do something to prevent him from having a turn because I'm already getting. I've been sacrificing a lot of my health to try and keep him very, very low because I'm like, I need. Once he was down to 20, at that point, I'm like, I can take, as long as it's not like an awful on hit trigger, I can take as much damage as I need to. That's fine. I'll deal with that as I can. So I was starting to get down pretty low. He had 2 cards left in hand, and he blocked 2 on a chain, 1 on a chain link, and I just go, okay, Spreading Plague, double Spreading Plague, make you either, because he's running a Shield Breaker. So I think it was running Shield Breaker. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he was. So I make him forced to pitch 2 to give me another turn to try and clap back. He luckily didn't only have 1 blue in his hand, so he was not able to prevent one of the blood rep boxes. So I got him down to 2 health that turn. So I was very happy with that. I think that card is really good. I need to reach out to the artist of To the Point, and I need to get a full art of that because this card is my baby. I will love this card till the end of the time. The fact that I was able to the point a tough nut for 14 damage. Right? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 8, 4, 8, 16 damage. Was the funniest thing I've ever done, and I did it on stream, and I'm so happy I did because it's peak comedy. Everything else is basically your simple. I'm running 2 to the points because I feel like in fatigue matchups, the Calycera, the clave tosses are so very important. No, I don't think there's an EA version of To the Point. If there is, I need it. Yeah, there's no EA version. I'm saying like what I want is I will ask the artist if I can buy like a full print from them is what I mean by that, Mitch. Like I want it on my wall. Like that's how much that word means that card means to me. What else? What else is very interesting in this match list? The Meat Madness. I'm only running 2. I took 1 out for the pick up the point. Sure, that's 1 loss in block value, but like I said, I'm thinking about the fatigue matchups. Meat Madness is really good when you have it. It's also pretty decent Codex Frailty target if you don't have a Leave No Witnesses. It's also prevents me from going full dagger centric and have some more fun stealth things that I can do here or there. Everything else is pretty bog standard. 1 Death Touch is my only popper. It's just a good card in certain matchups when you send it. You know, if you're trying to threaten inertia tokens, Codex with Tunic up into Death Touch for 6 inertia on hit is a Codex and inertia. Like and if they don't have cards in their hand at that point anyway, it's 6 damage and they lose whatever they get. I don't know. I really think. And actually, do you know what's really funny? I'm pretty sure when they banned. I'm running Lair of the Spider and Frailty Trap. Because I run in aggro matchups, I run both of these. Like I said, I'm usually doing 2 traps per game. It's either Lair of the Spider and Frailty or double inertia. I think the only one that I do more of that is the Mirror, where essentially I'm running Frailty and 2 inertia traps. And just like you guys know, my sideboard for this week, like you know how you can do the sideboard in February, it was messed. It was half of the matchups were missing like 4 or 5 cards. I didn't even have a Tough Nut matchup. I didn't have a Volda matchup. So most of the matchup deck list if you ask me what cards I brought into certain matchups, I would probably just say, I don't know, it was mostly vibes. Because the truth is, for a lot of them, it was mostly vibes. I changed what cards I brought into the Acilio matchup 2 times throughout the weekend. Not because I knew what the Ocilio's deck was, just because I felt that configuration of my deck felt cleaner. And it did. Like, it did. Lost at the end, but, you know, it did. I am very, very happy with how I did. And I top forward. I got there in the end. I got my first ever gold foil. I got my first ever PTI. I went to my first ever calling. I top 8 in my first ever calling. Top 4 in my first. A bunch of firsts from this event. And I want to thank, obviously, LSS, Mansant. I want to thank the casters. I want to thank everyone. I am probably going to end up watching my game that was live against Michael Hamilton later this evening, as I have yet to watch that. But for now, I just wanted to do, well, I was going to say short, but let's see how long. It was an hour, 44-minute story time. And I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that thank you for being here for my gold foil opening. I got if you don't know what it was because you weren't here, Testament of Valahai. Very cool, very dope card. I know a bunch of Volta players. I am not going to Prague. That's the other thing. I have no idea what my PTI is going to be used for at the moment. I'm going to take some time to sit on that for a little bit, and I will decide soon, probably. But thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for supporting me. And if you haven't yet, please like, please follow, please subscribe on YouTube. I think that's essentially it, y'all. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Take care.